Today we are going to talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Vitalik Buterin himself, with a portfolio of more than 500 million US dollars, which was once at 1 billion because of course this guy hold more than 240 Ethereum. So if the price of Ethereum goes towards $4,000, you get it, he's a billionaire. So in today's video, we're going to explore what is Vitalik investing in. Can we find anything about him? We know he's big on Ethereum, of course, it's his own baby, but we're gonna check everything. And trust me, with the research I did, you're gonna see that some project gonna be really interesting, and I think he's gonna pump the shit out of it. Excuse my French, but I'm French. And maybe one you could get an airdrop. So stay tuned until the end of this video because we are going in for a ride. I could find 3 different addresses for Vitalik. So we have this one that have mostly Ethereum on it. Then we have a second portfolio, which is pretty easy to find because it's Vitalik.eth, that have $4.2 million on it, mostly in Ethereum again. And then we have a third one with around 20 million on it. And well, I'll let you know, it's mostly Ethereum on it. And we can see some Kyber network. That's good, but now let's decipher what's happening in the transaction. Is Vitalik hiding us something? Let's be honest here. Vitalik Buterin is probably the only guy you could call daddy in crypto because you could trust this guy with your life, with your wallet, and with your wife. Well, maybe not with your wife, but still, he's a good guy. Now, if you ever study Vitalik Buterin's wallet, you know it's a mess because some of his addresses are pretty well known by the public, which means scammers will send tons of different NFTs and different tokens to his addresses, and maybe then they will say to their followers who are not subscribed to this channel, hey, Vitalik just invested in this, look at this, we have the proof. But you guys are subscribed. No, I know, most of you are not. Like less than 10% of the people watching this video clicked on subscribe. By the way, welcome on Handsome Finance. We're here. We study what's happening on the blockchain because it's an open book, an open ledger, so we can see everything happening on all those transactions. Then we group them and we know what's up next, so we can know when people are selling or buying. And by the way, get your matcha rolling. I know I'm at the end of mine, but we're at the beginning of this video and we're gonna see tons of opportunities. Anyways, we are not going to only spy on his wallet, even though I find this is sent on November 10, 50 Ethereum to this address, which is actually one of the wallets of Coinbase. So we know that he needed a bit of money. I don't know what for, but he needed 100K. So he changed probably those 50 Ethereum to some fiat and then spend it. Normal. So now let's dive in the second part where we're going to check everything that Vitalik says on Twitter, that he says on podcasts, so we can understand what he's been up to. And directly, before even digging deeper, we can see different posts about EVM validiums, layer 2s. We're going to dive in and I will explain you as much as I can on this to find the opportunities of investment. To understand how Vitalik is seeing the future of Ethereum and how we can invest in it, we have to understand this graph. So layer 0 is the people, it's us, it's the handsome people. Everyone's handsome on this channel. And then we get the layer 1, the base layer. It's slow but sturdy. It's Bitcoin and Ethereum. Then we get the layer 2, that is, this one is for security mostly. It's an extent of layer 1 and get roll-up plasma channels, okay? And it's fully backed by the security of layer 1. Can read layer 1. Then we get this layer 2 plus, which is this one for scaling mostly. And rollups, pre-confirmation, Validium. It's a lighter and faster upper layer. If you don't understand everything yet, that's normal. It's like in a movie. You need to watch until the end. Don't be like my girlfriend. And what I did next is check all the podcasts where Vitalik's been on recently and talked about his own stuff. So this one, technologies such as zero-knowledge proof used in network states offer stronger privacy measures, especially in sensitive matters such as voting compared to technology used in conventional systems. Zero-knowledge is also known as ZK. And if you have been on this channel for a while, you know that in the video of Naval Ravikant, we saw as well those layer 2 and those rollups. So I invite you to check this video after off to understand a bit more about what's going on. Now let me explain with an analogy how it works a layer 2. Basically, a layer 1 would be to have, for example, 10 planes. You need to count how many people are in each of those planes. So you send that one person going in all the planes. It takes time, but you have your result at the end. A layer 2 would be to send 10 different person, one in each plane. They count the people, and then they bring back the little note to that one person who was calculating at the beginning. So like this, we manage to be a lot faster, and we just bring back the information that is important for this person. So it would be the same. Here we have our layer 1, which is slow, but really secure and have all the transactions. Then we get our layer 2, which is much faster. We can send tons of transactions to the layer 2, and just when it's needed, it will send a batch of the important transaction. Because here maybe like person A exchange to person B, then B to C, then C to A. But you don't need to know that in the layer 1. What you want to know is the end result. How much person A have, how much person B have, and how much person C have. So you just need to send those sometimes. And it's a great way to scale those blockchain to do tons of different applications. And even though if you didn't understand it yet, don't worry, you can just be here for the money because we're going to see some investment opportunities. But just remember that zero knowledge proofs are considered as one of the most promising scaling and privacy solutions for Ethereum. And it's no surprise that on this podcast, Vitalik talked about ZK again and AI. So ZK Snark. Life advice, don't talk about ZK Snark with your girlfriend or when you go on a date. It doesn't work. I don't know why they choose those names. I know it's an acronym, but please, come on guys. We try to be serious here. We want to make money, yes, but we also want to have a good life. And because 3 times is not enough, in this podcast, only 1,000 views. So that's to show you guys, we're digging in where people don't dig in. Vitalik talked again about rollups. And then here, the rollup centric roadmap, because this is one of the major things for Ethereum to scale to another level. Same on his blog, he would compare most of the different solutions for ZK and ZK Snark, the friendly language. I don't know what's friendly about it. However, here it is the conclusion for you. So in 2023, Plasma is an underrated design space. Rollup remain the gold standard and have security properties that cannot be matched. This is particularly true from the developer experience perspective. Nothing can match the simplicity of an application developer not even having to think about ownership graph and incentive flow within their application. I did not understand the last part, but that's fine. And I'm glad he mentioned developers because for me, what I saw on all those different bull markets is there are usually 3 different categories of investors. We get the developers who are going to go more into the technical things. And honestly, for long term, the developers are pretty interesting because they invest in technology that will go further and beyond. That's why, for example, they were big on Ethereum. They are big on stuff you can build on Ethereum. Then we get the people who are here for the money. So they're going to check what is in DeFi. They're going to check what are the return on investment. And we get the degen. The degen, they're looking for 1000x. They don't care about investing into a meme coin. Whatever, it doesn't matter. The goal is to make money, not to even understand anything of what we talk about. For example, a good developer is probably not on the Binance Smart Chain because he understands the technology and the process of validations. And we saw, okay, that was the most money you could make at some point on the previous bull market was on the Binance Smart Chain. But that's also where most of the projects are totally down out of it. Where now we can see some of the projects building on better technology and more decentralized are growing back. And to give you an idea of why the L2s are important, this website refers the fees of all the different layer 2. We can see ZK Sync Lite here would cost you 25 cents. If you do the same transaction with Ethereum, it would cost you almost $7. We get ZK Sync Era, 50 cents. Polygon Matic here, $2, 41 cents. We get Boba Network, Optimistic Rollup. Today we have 2 big categories of rollups. The optimistic rollups and the ZK rollups. Polygon is a ZK. ZK Sync is a ZK. Boba Network is optimistic. I don't know much about Boba Network, I'm not gonna lie, but I tried Optimism, I tried Matic, I tried Arbitrum, and I need to try ZK more. But let's dive into the money and which project, which crypto coin Vitalik Buterin could pump to 10x, 100x, or whatever x, I don't know. Or Antoine RSX, which is my Twitter handle. I know it was a bad joke, that's okay. Tonight I have a comedy show. I hope I will do better jokes tonight. So the top zero knowledge coins, we have Polygon that we saw, Immutable, Mina, I'm not gonna talk about Zcash. It's just something from the past, same as Horizon. However, Polygon Matic has been having really good performances. Now, we're gonna do a quick analysis on each. So unfortunately, I can't gather much information about Mina protocol because it's another layer 1. So it's not a layer 2 that comes on the others. But it had a great price increase recently. I think ZK are going to be big. And to give you some insights about those coins, I know for a fact that Matic had 4.5 million in from the smart money in the last 7 days. That's huge. So the smart money is people who are subscribed to this channel. No, I'm joking. No, it's people who either made a lot of money with previous transaction or have a big wallet. And this is easy to know because we can see all the transactions happening on the blockchain. We just match them and we can see, okay, this guy made that much money. This guy lost that much money. This guy are investing in this or that crypto. So that's a pretty good sign for Matic. And I would say IMX is similar, plus they have a price rising with a net inflow of 300k recently. And before diving into another opportunity that seems even bigger, I wanted to give you a lazy way to invest in those ZK. You could invest in the top 5 here. All right, you just use Basketfolio. That's gonna give you some kind of basket similar like to an ETF. So for example, here I have the top 5 of the ZK. I click on start this basket. Okay. And instantly I'm exposed to those different crypto and I don't need to do anything else. That's it. Every week is going to adapt. If another ZK comes, it will change. But now let's talk about ZK Sync, which is probably the biggest ZK rollup project on Ethereum and the one Vitalik Buterin talked about the most, kind of. So they have tons of different projects. You should definitely check what is happening there because I think they might be up to something for a great opportunity. We can see all the different games, NFTs, DeFi that is happening on those ZK. But come on, guys, no. What are we doing with those NFTs? Get a matcha kit. You would never need to watch those pictures again. And the thing is that ZK Sync don't have a token yet. It's one of the most used rollup, but there is no tokens yet. So I dig into their website to know, do they have a token? Are we going to have a token? Well, I could not see anything. And when I checked the tokenomics, it was gone. So I had to use a bit of a Wayback Machine. And will ZK Sync have a native token? Yes. When? How can I get the token? So we don't know yet, but there is a high chance that they release a token. It would be perfect if they do it this year or next year. But how to get it? How to get the airdrop? To get a chance will be to interact with it. So go interact with ZK, try a few things, and I'm pretty sure there is something really important that we could dive in later on. I cannot guarantee that they will give an airdrop, but no matter what, you would have learned something about Ethereum and rollups, and also you will learn how to spend less on fees. So you're winning. And if you want to continue winning, you should check this video because this influencer is up to something. And they will not tell you, but we find their addresses and we know what they're up to. So check this video.